Okay, it's Saturday. I just got back from the nursing home. They already had Mum at the breakfast table next to the cursing woman who was cursing particularly vehemently this morning. So, I moved Mum up to the other end, but the curses were so loud, and it's like, it just does my mother's head in. Because she not only has to deal with that, it's like none of the staff speak English. So there's a huge sort of and the Chinese talk really loud to each other. The pitch hurts my mother's ears, right? And you know what? There's a big cultural difference there. And it's, how weird is that my mother's in her own country, but she's not having her own sort of cultural needs respected. And quiet, silence, for an Australian, it's a birthright, man.
Get the bill. Have you? Shut up.
Well, this is why Mum doesn't feel like she's in her own country. She keeps talking about, where's my country? I'm cargo. Because all around Mum she hears, or the, Chinese girls talk very loud to her, because they think if they talk loud, she will understand them. And she says, she says a lot, can you not so loud? They just don't get it. They don't, and they're not trained to be sensitive to that. They're like Philistines. They're just sort of trained in the law. I don't know where they're trained. In the jail system? Where are these people trained? Anyway, this particular Chinese nurse is a real enforcer. When I said, look, we'll come back, I'll take Mum for a walk up that end, we'll come back when she's finished breakfast. No, we weren't allowed to do that. We had to sit there, and I just had to put my hands on my mother's ears. And my mother was just closed down. And the nurse, and they tell lies, okay? They tell lies. This is why I carry my video camera. Because they're tightening the screws, right? But they're punishing my mother, they're killing her. Now the new rule is I make her sleep too much. No, I don't. I'm the one who takes my mother outside and sits in the sun with her. I'm the one who started the garden with my mother, bought the bucket and the... but you know what they did after that? They came in and planted their own flowers. So instead of, oh, that's lovely what you're doing, let's all plant something together, no. They bought the recreation person. So it's a consumer culture. You're not allowed to be creative. You're not allowed to be proactive, participatory in any sense of the word. That is mind control. That is just scary bananas. Like medical Munchausen, you know. They sort of deteriorate you, so you need them to put that spoon in your mouth because you're so like freaked out. And that's what happens with my mother. I end up having to feed her like this. We can sit across from each other and eat like, you know, two human beings at home. But she won't be at that stage anymore if she stays much longer here. So the nurse makes me sit. I beg her. My mother has an audio sensitivity. Do you understand that? Did you get any like instruction about Australians and what's important to them when you got this job? Because my mum's living in like a Chinese laundry, you know, more like a Chinese torture shed. And she don't know what's going on except nobody likes her. That's what she knows. And they want to punish Gwen. And what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? She asks herself. Nothing. You're all sick. So I have to sit there with my mother in the dining room because if I don't, they'll ban me. All right? So this is what's hanging over my head all the time. That they'll ban me. It's their land. They've got the right. They've got the legal right to separate me from my mother. And they put that over my head all the time. And anyway, so then we have breakfast. Then the nurse comes over and goes, are you feeding her? So they're making out if I feed her, she doesn't eat. But she's okay when she's there by herself. The fact that she's desolate, that she's being tortured, they don't care. They don't care. So we had to sit through that. And I got it, you know, I got the sound for you so you know what we had to sit through. And Mum's so tired. You can tell they've probably dragged her out of bed because she's tired. She wasn't ready to get up, you can tell. When Mum's ready to get up and she's had a sleep, she's perky. Can't be perky in that place. It's impossible. So, and then after breakfast, and then I was told I make her sleep too much. Now, my mother has Sjogren's disease, right? And it attacks the antibody immune system, and that's why she needs walking, and that's why she needs to be out in fresh air, because not sitting in that, you know, air-conditioned room, because that sucks the moisture, whatever central heating they've got, sucks moisture, and that's why her skin's getting itchy now. Yes. Yes. Oh, they really are. She's itching all the time. She's scratching her back. She's got a couple of sores from scratching, I saw. She got the sore on her leg. It's a bleeding wound. So when did that happen? I've never seen any sores like this. Is this like a bed sore? What is this? She got dry mouth. She got dry eyes. She gets dry eyes from sitting in your fucking lounge room, and she wants to lie down. She doesn't want to sit with the other demented people because they depress her and scream out and call out, and there's no communication, there's no connection. So you're not letting her out, and now the new rule, she's not allowed to sleep. I'm making her sleep too much. So when I took Mum up to sleep, the nice, you know, worker came up and said, the management said she's not allowed to sleep. And I said, this management is killing my mother, and if they keep doing it, I'm going to the cops. My mother's got to sleep. So no exercise, and what? She's just, if it's not a nice day, she can't sit outside. She's got to sit in that dining room with those depressing, dying, demented people. 2 deaths in the last month, let me remind you. And we had to sit through one woman dying and her family, and we weren't allowed to talk to them. Threat of me being banned. If I had any condolences, or maybe asked how their mother stage dived over the bars of her bed, got a cerebral hemorrhage. Oh, but she's psychotic, isn't? So let's put her on schizophrenic drugs. See, I did get a little bit too much information out of that daughter in the first conversation, so they probably, no, I understand why they wouldn't want me talking to her anymore. Anyway, schizophrenic drugs weren't working. Oh, gee, wonder why. Probably because she didn't have a psychosis when she stage dived out of that bed. She was actually just like, I can't take any more torture here. I'd understand that. Because this place is torturing my mother. 2 months in this ward, under a control order.
And she's got an exit and she put an exit. She's not an exit. She's an exit. She has mice in her. Auntie Mary. Now. She was.
This is a combination of trauma.
Oh, Mum.
Right, but Mum.
Mum.
Right? This is trauma.
Mum
just got dressed and toileted. She's okay, like they're nice to her. But she needs to lay down after it because she's been through so many dressing, showering, toileting traumas. And even if they're nice ladies, they're still two strangers that one has to get used to, that one's sort of at the mercy of. Whereas with one carer, Mum's in control. She knows what to expect. There's no ritual anticipation of whether she'll need to resist or not resist. This is something that Mum has to negotiate within herself and her environment every day in here, which she doesn't have to do at home. And what you're looking at is the end of the flu and a lot of trauma. Okay? 4 months. Now have a look at the video of Mum when she came in here and tell me this place has been good for my mother.
Will you be coming back to me?
Forever, always. Can't have exercise, can't go to church, can't see her husband, threat of losing me. Now can't sleep. Now she can't sleep. Now they're going to remove her sleep. You know what that is? That is mind control. You know? What do you do to prisoners of war? You deprive them of sleep. No exercise, no connection to the world, audio torture, eating the same crap every day, and now no sleep. They're still two strangers that one has to get used to, that one's sort of at the mercy of. Whereas with one carer, Mum's in control. She knows what to expect. There's no ritual anticipation of whether she'll need to resist or not resist.